Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to explain the difference between the Kubernetes Gateway API and Service Mesh. And you know why this matters? Most engineers get this wrong because they treat these tools as competing solutions when in reality, they serve two fundamentally different layers of your network infrastructure. Getting this wrong leads to massive security gaps and operational nightmares at 2 in the morning. Let us dive in. Now that we understand the stakes, let us look at exactly what we will cover. We are going to break down the technical roles of both technologies. Specifically, we will look at how traffic flows into your cluster and how it moves between your internal microservices. We will define the Gateway API as your front door and Service Mesh as your internal traffic control system. Then, we will walk through a decision framework to see if you even need a mesh at all. Watch the full video without skipping any content to understand it better. Before we get into the topic, a small request to you. I have already uploaded many technical videos on different technologies and tools. We share more knowledgeable content every day. So if you're interested in learning and want to improve your skills, make sure you have subscribed to our channel and joined our WhatsApp community. The join link is available in the description or scan the QR code shown on the screen. Let us get started. Think about a growing cluster. You start with one application and a simple load balancer works fine. But soon you have 50 microservices. Now you need to handle external users, internal service communication, mutual TLS encryption, and traffic splitting for canary releases. If you try to force an ingress controller to manage internal traffic, you get a bottleneck. If you force a service mesh to act as your external entry point, you often end up with complex, brittle configurations that are impossible to audit. That is exactly the problem we are solving today. So what is the Gateway API, really? It is the evolution of the older Kubernetes ingress standard. It provides a standardized way to configure load balancing, routing, and traffic management for traffic entering your cluster. Think of the Gateway API like the security checkpoint at an airport. It checks every passenger, validates their ticket, and directs them to the correct gate. It handles the north-south traffic, which is traffic coming from outside your cluster into your environment. Perfect. Now, what is a service mesh? It is entirely different. It focuses on east-west traffic, which is communication between your internal microservices. It handles things like automatic retrees, circuit breaking, and mutual TLS, which is encrypted communication between services. If the Gateway API is the airport security checkpoint, the service mesh is the internal secure courier system that ensures your departments talk to each other without leaking information to the public hallways. It works by injecting a small proxy, usually Envoy, next to every single one of your application containers. This is how it gains total visibility into every request. Let us look at how these work together. Traffic enters from the internet and hits your Gateway API. That is the north-south path. Once the traffic is inside, it reaches your services. If you have a service mesh, that traffic is then managed as it hops between services. That is the east-west path. You can see how they are actually two distinct layers. The Gateway API handles the perimeter, while the service mesh handles the internal network fabric. This is a critical distinction that many teams miss. Before we proceed, you need to ensure your environment is ready. We are assuming you are on a Linux environment, but these steps work on any modern Kubernetes distribution. You need administrative privileges to modify cluster resources. If you are using a local cluster like Minikube, make sure it is running. Verify your connection by checking your nodes. If that command fails, your terminal is not pointing to the right cluster context. Take a moment to review each point shown on screen. To start using the Gateway API, you first need to install the custom resource definitions. Think of these as the API extensions that teach Kubernetes how to understand gateway objects. We are pulling the official standard install manifest directly from the GitHub repository. This will register the gateway class, gateway, and HTTPR root resources in your cluster. Once this finishes, your cluster is officially Gateway API ready. This is exactly what the successful output looks like. You should see 3 specific resources created. If you do not see these, double-check your network connectivity. If you get a permission error, ensure your current user has cluster admin rights. Now that the API is installed, let us look at how to define a gateway. This is a production-ready gateway definition. On the third line, we name it prod gateway. The crucial part is the spec section where we define the listener. We are telling Kubernetes to listen on port 80 for incoming HTTP traffic. This object acts as the entry point for all your external requests. Notice that we do not define any specific application routing here yet. That happens in a separate HTTP route object, which is exactly how the Gateway API keeps things modular. When you query your gateway, you should see it is in the programmed state. This means your ingress controller has successfully picked up the configuration. If you see it stuck in a pending state, check if your gateway class is actually installed. This is the first layer of our traffic strategy. Now let us look at the service mesh side. This is a deployment manifest for a payments application. See that label on line 5? That is the trigger for the mesh to inject the Envoy proxy. This is how the mesh takes over your service. It intercepts all outgoing and incoming traffic for this pod. This is how you gain observability without changing a single line of your application code. This is very, very powerful. Notice the 2 out of 2 ready status. That means your application container and the sidecar proxy are both running. If you only see 1 out of 2, the injection failed. Most of the time, this happens because the namespace is not correctly labeled. That is exactly what you need to look for. What if you see this internal reconciliation error? This happens when you have multiple ingress controllers fighting over the same gateway class. The root cause is usually having 2 different controllers installed that both try to claim the same class name. The fix is simple. You need to verify which controller is active using kubectl get gateway classes and ensure your gateway definition matches the class name of the controller you actually intend to use. This is a real-world scenario. A large e-commerce platform was struggling. They had all their traffic going through a single monolithic load balancer. It was a nightmare to debug. By separating their edge traffic management via the Gateway API and their internal communication via a service mesh, they were able to isolate issues. When the payment service started failing, the mesh automatically retried those requests and the Gateway API shielded the users from seeing the error. That is the power of a layered network approach. Let us break down the decision. If you are just starting out, stick with the Gateway API. It is the modern standard for ingress. It is clean, declarative, and robust. Only reach for a service mesh when the complexity of your internal communication becomes an operational burden. If you have 10 services, keep it simple. If you have 100 services and need to guarantee that data between them is encrypted, then start looking at a mesh. Do not add complexity unless the problem justifies the cost. Use these criteria to decide if this tool is right for your situation. To recap, the Gateway API and Service Mesh are not competitors. They are complementary layers. You use the Gateway API to handle traffic entering your cluster, and a Service Mesh to handle traffic as it moves between your services. Most teams should start by mastering the Gateway API and only add a mesh when their internal communication requirements become too complex to handle with standard Kubernetes services. Watch this video again if you need to review the specific configuration examples. This is a foundational skill for any modern DevOps engineer. I believe this video will definitely be a useful video. If you like the video, please do like and hype the video. Also share it with your friends and groups. It may be useful to somebody else. If you have any doubts or any requests, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you have subscribed to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description because we share more knowledgeable content every day. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next video.